Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
We're talking once again about ancient roots medicine with our wonderful licensed practitioner in Levin, Nissin Browning. Nice to chat to you again, Nissin.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here again.
We've had a change of season, and with that change of season, we've got colder weather, and we've got rain and wind and all that sort of stuff. Does that make a difference?
It makes a tremendous difference. In Chinese medicine, we learned that the body mirrors the weather, and we have lots of things that can get disturbed when we get too cold. And that's really important for us right now because we're having a real cold snap. So it's important to understand that your body gets a little bit more tense. When it's cold, it contracts, and when it's warm and cozy, it relaxes and everything functions better.
So we also have the issue of cold outside, warm inside. So people are going from hot to cold, cold to hot. That must make a mess of our internals as well, does it?
Yes. Well, we have something we call Wei Qi, or defensive Qi.
And regulating the Wei Qi is a science that we have where we help people with their immunity. That's another way to think of Wei Qi. It's about your immunity. So if you're out in a windy day, you can get a headache or an earache, or you can feel your sinuses acting funny, and that's a direct relationship to too much cold and too much wind entering the body. So when people think about how they can take care of themselves, we want to really think more about dressing for the weather. And when you go inside, take off a few layers, and when you go outside, put them back on again. And you will have more balance, and your system won't be as strained in the cold weather season.
Okay, so if people are, say, suffering from a cold, for example, that's really prevalent now because, again, hot to cold, cold to hot, you get a cold. How can you help people with a common cold?
I think it's great that we call it catching a cold because that's really what happens to your body. So the way you can take care of yourself is to drink more hot beverages. Stop drinking your cold bottled water. Make sure that you keep your feet and your ankles warm. And basically just eat more warm food. And if you really crave that salad, then have a nice hot cup of tea or hot soup along with it.
Actually, having a hot drink with a meal is actually really good for your digestion as well, as far as I understand.
Well, there's differences of opinion about that. We like to think that the balance of keeping the body temperature on the inside happy. So when you eat really cold food, you're kind of disturbing your body. And we're not really supportive of the idea of drinking water constantly all the time because it dilutes the digestive energetics, or the enzymes, we could say. And then you don't digest your food as well. So if you're going to drink, it's better in the Chinese system to drink following a meal, or to have hot soup while you're eating your meat and your vegetables.
Does this all dovetail with your ideas on yin and yang? Because those are two halves of the same thing, aren't they?
I'm glad you asked that, because when we talk about yin and yang, we're always talking about sort of opposites. So there's hot and there's cold, there's movement and rest, and there would be dryness and moisture. We would have nighttime and daytime, and you get the idea of the opposites. So everything in Chinese medicine is about balance. So if you're doing a whole lot of big external activity, you want to balance that with quiet, more reflective activity. And that way you have the best opportunity to fight infections when they do come into your workspace, or your kids come home with germs from school. So it is always about balance, and we like to help people to understand that they have an awful lot of control at home about keeping well.
So if people are concerned about their health right now, maybe they're getting lots of colds or they're just feeling off colour, can you help them with that?
Yes, we are very, very well trained in boosting the immunity, and I worked in special clinics in San Francisco for people who had the AIDS infection, and I've worked with hepatitis and chronic infections like herpes and shingles, and we give Chinese herbs and we do acupuncture to bolster the immunity to make it so that it's easier for you to fight back.
So if people would like to be part of that and try out your ancient roots medicine and the acupuncture, how do they get in touch with you, Nissin?
You can come see me in Levin. My phone number is 06-367-0903.
Or come and visit?
Yeah, well, you can call me and I will call you back and answer any questions you have. You do need to have an appointment. You can't just drop in because I spend an hour with each patient.
Fantastic. So come and check it out. If you're feeling off colour or just a little bit low, come and see Nissin. She really will make you glow.
106.3 Beach FM.